2. Oh, that's not right. To Fusion. You probably all heard about Fusion, or has anyone not heard about Fusion? Fusion is our second Big Bang motherboard. We recently launched this at CES, beginning of this month. What is Fusion? Fusion is basically the same board as trinergy, but instead of the NF200 chip, we added a special chip from Lucid Logic's, the Hydra 200 chip. This is the board. As you can see, it looks very similar, but now instead of the NF200 underneath this heatsink, it's the Lucid Hydra chip. Further features are very similar to trinergy, so it also comes with a quantum wave card. It also has 100% high seat caps. It comes with Dr. Moss, super pipes, super ferrite chokes, and of course also the OC dashboard, OC Genie kit, and V-kit. So, the Lucid Hydra chip, what does it do? This is a very special chip, and what it allows for is to do mix and match multi-GPU setups, and not only, we're used to like Crossfire and SLI. Crossfire is only for ATI Radeons. SLI is only for NVIDIA GeForces. The Lucid Hydra chip allows for you to connect a GeForce to a Radeon, and the other way around. So you don't have to throw away your old card. If you want to buy a new one, you just save your Radeon if you want to buy a new GeForce. And then you can plug it into the main board, and the chip will calculate everything, load balancings, and you will just see a performance boost. How does it work? Well, as you all know, the previous multi-GPU systems, they usually use 2 rendering systems. The most used one is called AFR, that's alternate frame rendering. What it does is it sends data to one GPU, GPU 1 does 1 frame, GPU 2 does the other frame. That's what both NVIDIA and AMD are also using in most games. Then they also have split frame rendering. What it does is it splits like the screen in 2, and the bottom, top one is rendered by GPU 1, and the bottom one is rendered by the other GPU. What does this chip do? This chip analyzes the screen, and it uses something called object-based rendering. Object-based rendering, well, how can I explain it easy? For instance, this is a scene. The screen will be sent to GPU 1, but the background will be sent to GPU 2. The stable is also an object, so this will be sent to GPU 1, but maybe the notebook is another object, and GPU 2 will render it. So as you can see, it's a very, very nice, cool technique to allow for multi-GPU rendering. What this also does is it alleviates the problem of micro-stuttering. AFR, sometimes in some games, like very heavy games like Crysis, they're so heavy that you notice that there are 2 GPUs working. It's fluid, but when you play it, it's like there's some sort of stuttering. They call it micro-stuttering. Because of the Lucid chip and object-based rendering, you don't get this. So that's a really cool feature. So here we have both boards, Big Bang Trinergy, which is available now, and Big Bang Fusion, which should be coming soon. I'm not sure. We actually wanted to show you one here, but it's stuck at the airport. So unfortunately, we can't show it to you here today. Trinergy and Fusion are just the beginning for the Big Bang series. So I can't go into detail too much about what's coming, but you can probably guess what else we have in store for the Big Bang series. So this is a really high-end gaming series, and we're trying to support all platforms. So the first ones are P55 based, but there will be more. But that's something for the near future. Okay, let's move on to what other products we just launched in the past few weeks. We've launched last week the MSI P55 GD85. We also have it on display here. This is the GD85. What is it? It's a board similar to all our other P55 main boards in the GD series. It includes OCGenies, SuperPipe, Dr. Mo's. It has two PCI Express 16 slots for Crossfire SLI. But what else is new on this board? GD85 now also supports serial ATA 3 and USB 3. So you've probably seen announcements from the competition who also have these boards. We came out a bit later because we wanted to make sure that we actually did it the right way. I know of one board who also launched like 6 boards based on the P55A chipset, and they chose the cheap way to do USB 3 and serial ATA 3, which in short means that your VGA card will run at 8 times PCI instead of 16. So we did not want that, so we waited and we took the other road of using the PLX chip. It's a switch chip, and it makes sure that everything runs at full speed. So not only your VGA card will still run at 16 speed, but also your serial ATA 3 and USB 3 will run at full speed. So this should be coming to you real soon. Something else we also launched is the H55 mainboards and H57 mainboards. As you all know, Intel launched the Clarkdale CPU on the 4th of January. What's new about Clarkdale is it's a 32 nanometer CPU, but now it also integrates on the same package the GPU on 45 nanometers. So obviously to support the GPU we needed to create new mainboards. Luckily Intel also supplied the chipset, the H55 chipset, which makes sure that the output from the VGA on the CPU will be redirected to the mainboard, so you can connect your monitors to it. I have no idea how to pronounce this. Who can help me?
A new word of possibility.
Yes, that's right. That's our slogan.
Okay, want to pronounce that in Greek?
In Greek, yeah. or will I like break my tongue if I try? Sorry?
Enas.
Enas.
Neos.
Neos.
Cosmos.
Cosmos.
Δυνατοτή τώρα.
Oh my god.
It's a long word.
It's a long word. I'll keep practicing and then I'll come back to you later. So, our H55 and H57 mainboards are mainstream boards, and they are targeted at HTPCs and casual light gaming. Intel added some cool new stuff, like the VGA, which I already talked about. It also supports all features from the Linfield processor, like hyperthreading, turbo boost. But of course, we added some other stuff to the H55 mainboards, like OCGenie. We started in the high end, but we've got a lot of experience with this technology now, so we're pushing it down into the mainstream. So what this means is that you can get a really affordable mainboard, but also get extra performance by just pressing one button. So this is something you really want to tell people, that if you buy